Hello there. Today's story is Bhikshuk, the beggar, written by Manik Bandyopadhyay. It's set in the 1930s of Kolkata and its neighborhood. Yadav got down from the train at a small station near Kolkata. He had come to fetch his family from his in-laws' village nearby. Now that he had a job, a small job, and a small rented place to stay in Kolkata. He was in two minds because it was dark, but there was no place to stay in the station, so he decided to walk. As he started walking, a man caught up with him and they fell to talking. Soon the man asked Yadav, "What do you do in Kolkata?" Yadav was scared. What if he said that he has a job and he has saved some money and he gets robbed? So he said, "Well, nothing much." Then the man said, "But you said just now that you've come to fetch your family." Yadav was in a bind. He said, "Well, no, I've come to see them. I've fallen in bad times, you see. My son is very ill. I don't know whether I'll be able to go and see him. I can't afford a doctor. In fact, I came without a ticket." One lie led to another. The man listened to Yadav's tales of woe in silence. Soon they came to their parting of ways. The man said, "Wait a moment." He fished into his pocket and held out a 10-rupee note. Yadav was flummoxed. Was his tale of woe so convincing? Remember, gold in those days was 30 rupees for 10 grams. He fetched his family, went back to Kolkata. But he wasn't happy, working morning till evening for a pittance of a few rupees in salary. He was finding it very difficult to make his ends meet. He quarreled with his wife. He didn't spare the rod with his children. And as so often happens with such people, he started frequenting houses of ill repute with his friends. One day, as he was emerging from one of these establishments in the morning, totally disheveled, unkempt, he came upon a car with a kindly man sitting inside. Yadav approached the person and said, "Excuse me, sir, can I have a word with you?" The man looked up in surprise. Yadav said, "I've fallen in very bad times. My son is very ill. Can't afford his treatment." The man looked up and gave him 8 annas. That taught Yadav a very important lesson. It was very important to look disheveled, unkempt, in order to evoke pity that leads to charity. The other lesson that he learned was that in the alms business, no amount was too small. There was no investment, you see. The next person that he approached looked at him hard and walked away without paying a single pie. Yadav was mortified, insulted, humiliated. He approached another man. This man fired up. Yes, your son is down with cholera. Next, your daughter will be down with smallpox. Then your wife will be down with TB. Aren't you ashamed of these lies? Shameless fellows. And he threw a paisa coin at Yadav and walked away. As Yadav was picking up the coin, a very ordinary looking person walked up to him. He said, "Brother, I heard your tale. I'm so sorry. I'm a poor man, but I'll share with you whatever I have. Because you see, I recently lost my daughter to cholera. and he gave Yadav 5 rupees. Thus began Yadav's initiation into beggary. He would return from office, change into shabby, torn clothes, go every day to a different location in the city. Some days he would get a few paise, some days he would get a rupee or two, whatever it was. It all added up to a tidy amount. These days Yadav returned from office by tram. He could afford it, you see. And he saved money for his main job, begging. That day, as he approached the tram stand, he found a distinguished looking gentleman waiting at the stop with a well-pressed dhoti and kurta, a chadar on his shoulder, a brass-tipped walking stick in his hand. Yadav was on the point of approaching him with his spiel when the man came up to him and said, "Could I have a word with you, please?" Yadav was surprised. He said, "Yes, of course." The man said, "You see, I belong to Shevdafuri. I came to town today in the morning on some work. In the afternoon, as I went to a shop to buy something, I found my pocket had been picked. My purse, my return ticket, everything has been taken." And he held up his kurta pocket. Yadav could see it had been neatly sliced through. "I'm so ashamed to say this," continued the man, "but if I can somehow collect the amount for the return ticket." Yadav was stunned. He looked at the distinguished looking gentleman in awe, surprise, admiration, as a junior lawyer in a small causes court would look at an ace barrister in a high court in full flow of his arguments. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to click on the like button as you go and subscribe to my channel. Please share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.